a world filled with bad sports takes.
You think USA basketball leaving Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team is a travesty?
Only Stat Check can help. With Jordan Brenner and Peter Keating, the Underdogs.
What's your beef, Jordan? What really grinds your gears?
We're living in a world right now where everything Caitlin Clark does somehow musters a hot take. And the latest and most ridiculous one is that Team USA made some sort of drastic mistake by leaving her off the Olympic roster.
What?
Nothing could be further from the truth, okay? First of all, for Caitlin Clark to be one of the top 12 players deserving of a berth on this team, she would have had to have beaten out about 5 or 6 guards or wings. Does anyone even know who those players are? No. The people who are making this argument don't follow women's basketball. They follow Caitlin Clark.
You know what? I actually should say this is a great spot for Clark. Alicia Clark. That describes her. She's a forward for the Aces. For all of you who aren't watching or following the WNBA, follow and watch the WNBA. Get to know Sabrina Ionescu, who, as our producer Sarah McCrory says, was Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. Find these great players and appreciate them for who they are as they form and meld into a winning team.
Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark before she was Caitlin Clark, shot 45% from 3 last year. You know what Caitlin Clark is shooting right now? 38% from the field, 33% from three-point range. Yeah, she's averaging 6.5 assists, but she's also turning the ball over 5.5 times a game. She's figuring it out. She's a rookie a dozen games into her pro career, and she's just fresh off a college season. We wouldn't be saying a high-scoring college guard in the men's game should be on the Olympic team. Why is this different from Caitlin Clark?
But wait, Jordan. There's more. Do you really want the 12 best players to just, under some statistical method thrown together on an Olympic team? Whether you're trying to get the best players or you want to make the most money, attract the most eyeballs, what you really want to do is put together a team that won't lose. 20 years ago, the U.S. Olympic men's team lost at the Olympics. They lost at FIBA. Then they got serious about having to compete and win. And since then, who are the guys who've been the 11th and 12th players on their teams? It's been guys like Tayshaun Prince and Andre Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Grant. That's the slot you'd want Caitlin Clark to fill. Your final players on the roster have to be people who can bring you great defense off the bench, or maybe some instant shooting, right? Who are total seasoned professionals. I hate to use this term, but you're glue guys.
And if you want a high-scoring snub to get upset about, how about Arika Ogunbowale, who read the tea leaves, removed her name from consideration? She's the second leading scorer in the WNBA, but she's only shooting 35% from the field, 31% from three-point range. So you don't add ball-dominant scorers, high-volume, low-efficiency players to the back end of your roster, and that's why Caitlin Clark isn't there yet. She's going to be great. This is just not her time.
Caitlin Clark for the Olympics in 2028.